I knew you'd show up. If you want to hear what the cards have to say to you about your week, have a seat. I'll tell you. Virgos, here are your cards for this week. You have the Strength, you have the Raise, the Return, reversed the Libra, the Arrow, and the Shadow. Alright Virgo, this looks like a good reading for you this week. It looks like you have been struggling with a past challenge, but it seems like this week is looking really well for you. I sense that coming into this week, you have already felt some sort of peace. It's almost like you have found a solution to something that's been troubling you for a while now. With the Strength card here in your reading, it tells me that you've found an inner confidence in you. You've found some sort of harmony between what you need to do, right? And loving what you need to do. It's almost like you've been doing something this whole time. It's been stressing you out, but out of obligation you had to do it. But in exchange of having to do this thing, and in exchange of doing this thing, you have been losing some mental peace. But coming into this week, and I sense that some of you have already found this, but coming into this week, you will find this sort of rhythm in your responsibility, a rhythm in your work, and this rhythm will really make everything easier for you. With the Erase card here, that is what's telling me that you have found a much better solution, a much better process of doing things. And the Return card here, the problem here, right? Or I shouldn't really say a problem, but you have found that you pretty much found you remembered your foundations, your roots. You, as a Virgo, you've always known that you have an affinity for being organized with your stuff, with being organized with the way you do your things. And lately, this problem that you've been having, it shook your understanding of organization, it made you question your ability to organize things, because this problem was something that was completely new to you. And so with the Return card here, you found that the way to go about doing this thing, this thing that's been causing you a lot of stress, is by being organized and by following a certain step-by-step. And as a Virgo, you know that having a step-by-step guide is the way you've always gone through things in life, the way you've gone through tasks in your life. And so now here's what you're going to do, my friends. You have to always be on top of your responsibility. And in order to do that, right, you have to get in touch with your inner strength, so to speak. You have this inner strength that you kind of forgot about because you felt that what you've always known all along wouldn't have applied or wouldn't have worked for this problem or task that you had. But then coming into this week, or some of you, like I said, some of you have probably already discovered this, but coming into this week, you realize that, you know what, my method of doing things, or your old methods, it's what you've been doing all along, actually works for this task that's been stressing you out this whole time. And so now you have to utilize that your natural affinity for organizing things, and also see how else you can expand on it. Maybe you've been doing a step-by-step guide, right? Maybe to fine-tune this ability of yours to create lists. Maybe you can also start keeping a calendar for when you need to do those things. So on top of having a step-by-step guide and having a to-do list, you can also add maybe a scheduling or something like that. You can schedule your tasks. Let's say Monday you'll do this and that, and then Tuesday you'll do this and that, and you'll see, right? You will see that having all of that guides, having what to do, having your scheduling, having your step-by-step guides, you'll realize that, you know what, why haven't I been doing this whole time? This makes everything so much easier. And the shadow card here at the last card in your spread, this is telling you to embrace who you are. Don't be ashamed or never question your abilities again, because you stressed out about this task at hand because you pretty much didn't follow you didn't listen to your inner voice, so to speak. You were separated from your actual self and you were just so focused on your task, and that's why you didn't have a solid guide, because you've been trying to figure out a new way to do things, but your old ways actually work. So just be in one with yourself, okay? Don't be ashamed of that side, because I'm very sure people have made fun of you not made fun of you, but people have made comments about you're a Virgo and therefore you're so organized. You're like labeling things, and I guess somehow you wanted to challenge yourself and see, tell people or tell yourself that, what, I know a lot of tricks. I'm not just a one trick phony. But then turns out that in this scenario, you're one trick phony. This trick that you've always known how to do all along was the solution to this problem that you've been having. So Virgo, that is your reading for this week. And if you claim this reading, leave a comment down below and letting me know that you claim this reading, okay? Alright Virgos, have a great week and thank you so much. Welcome to Mystical and Whimsical. If this was your first time on this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss next week's tarot reading. And also, if this message resonated with you, consider subscribing and liking and leaving a comment so we can always be in touch. Alright? I'll see you later, my friends.